A guten Erev Shabbos, my dear friends. Parshas Vayishlach. Today we light candles here in Brooklyn at 4:11. Ladies, make sure to light candles. Men, please put on tefillin before sunset and pray for our brothers and sisters in Eretz Israel, for the hostages to come back home safely, and for Jews around the world to be safe. We live in very special times, in Messianic times, as the Rabbi says. The miracles that we experience this week is unbelievable. In the words of Brigadier General Avigdor Kahalani, who was the hero of the Yom Kippur War, he was interviewed this week and he said what he had in the Yom Kippur War with the Syrians attacking them, and there's so many soldiers that we lost, the soldiers that they took captive, and now what happened in less than 2 weeks, taking over the entire Syria. The Israeli army wiping out 80% of the Syrian army, and the Israel moving into the buffer zones without a single fire shot. Those are unbelievable miracles. And it happens in this month, the month of Kislev. As the month of Kislev is known, as the Rebbe mentioned many times, it is the Hasidic month. It is the month of Geula, the month of redemption. In this month we have celebrated yesterday, 2 days ago, the Yud Kislev, the liberation of the Mittel Rebbe. Next Friday is going to be Yud Tes Kislev, the liberation of the Alter Rebbe. Sunday is going to be Yud Dalet Kislev, which is the wedding anniversary of the Rebbe and the Rebbetzin. And of course, we have Hanukkah in this month. It is a very special month. And this week we also had a visit in Israel of the president of Paraguay. He came to visit Jerusalem, and they moved the embassy again to Jerusalem. And he was in the Knesset, and both the Speaker of the House and Prime Minister Netanyahu quoted a message from this week's Torah portion that talks about Yaakov Avinu. It says, Vayivater Yaakov levado, Yaakov was left alone. Vayavek ishimo adalot hashacha. And the man was wrestling with him until the dawn. And that, our sages say, was the angel of Esav. And that he wrestled with him all alone in the darkness of the night. But he persevered. And that is when the angel told him that your name is no longer Yaakov, your name is Israel. Israel. Kisarita im Elokim v'manashim. You wrestled with the man and God, and you were able to succeed. Of course, and Chassidus takes this explanation to the further and explains that this represents the wrestle, the battle of the good and the evil. In order to win the war, each one of us, we wrestle our evil. Vayavek ishimo. And it goes in the darkness of the night. We always know that we have the Yaakov in us. Even when we are all alone, we have the Yud, the Yaakov that gives us the strength to be able to overcome. And adalot hashacha, until the dawn comes up. The dawn comes up is when the light starts to shine. And how do we do it? It is by wrestling. There's different ways of fighting. You can fight like today's day and age. You push a button and thousands of miles away, something happens, a missile is shot, and you're not close to it at all. You don't know, you don't see what's happening. But then there is the wrestling. The wrestling is that two opponents are embracing each other and they wrestling each other. That means that when you come in a spiritual sense, there is a way of fighting from the distance, like you separate yourself from the world, you put yourself in a holy bubble, and you don't concern yourself with the rest of the world. And yes, you're going to save yourself, but then there is the way of doing it by wrestling. Wrestling is when you get involved and you deal with each and every one. When you see someone in a situation, you don't go away, and you deal with the situation in a close way, and you fix it. You bring the tikkun olam, you bring the fixing of the world in an intimate way and an internal way. And that is the wrestling that Yaakov Avinu tells us. When we do this, we will succeed ad alot hashachar, until the dawn will come up. We'll see already the miracles that is happening in the world. Tells us the world is ready. They're just confused. They don't know what is happening. This is why everyone tries to bring out the peace and the goodness and the justice the way they see it. But something is happening in the world. And the light of the Torah will illuminates that confusion and will bring us ultimately to the Geula, Hamitas Vashlema, the coming of Mashiach, very soon. Amen. Have a good Shabbos.